Hello, today's August 27th. Just got back into town last night. It was like an 8.5 hour drive. There was a lot of road construction. But I got a little bit of footage of the eclipse. Nothing special. Nothing special. I didn't want to bring a bunch of cameras and shit. I really wanted to experience it. Just experience it with my eyes and my brain and my surroundings. I don't want to be dicking around with gear, you know. Not only that, but every camera in the people got $30,000 rigs pointed up at the thing. Why not just go to YouTube and type in Eclipse and watch the damn thing? It's going to be uploaded. There's going to be thousands of videos. I don't need my own personal video. I mean, yeah. So I went there to experience it. I didn't want a bunch of gear, so I have a little short video which we'll play here in a few minutes. It's not anything special. It's just It's just like a fisheye with the. You can't even tell there's an eclipse going on. It's kind of not that great, but we'll speed it up and make it dramatic. Maybe put some music behind there for you. Anyway, so was it worth it? Was it worth the drive? Was it worth all the effort of going? And I can say I had expectations, and this was beyond my expectations. My experience was beyond my expectations. It was unbelievable. It was just unbelievable. Now, the only exposure I ever had to a solar eclipse was, I think I was in 6th grade. And I wasn't in the path of totality. There was just some solar eclipse going on. I remember the science class got to go out to the ball field, and we didn't have any glasses or anything, and they told us, don't look at the sun, you know, but the science teacher had a thing set up, like a little, I don't know if it was a telescope or what it was, but I remember we took turns looking into it, and I looked into it, and I could see, you know, the sun with a little cookie cutter from the moon. You know, we could see it. You know, it was a total solar eclipse, but I don't know how far we were off the center of totality. So I don't know. You know, I just remember the sun was way brighter than normal, and I was horrified to look anywhere near it. So that's my exposure with a solar eclipse up until yesterday. Having a solar eclipse going on over you, and actually being in the path of totality where you experience a total solar eclipse are two totally different things. Not even in the same ballpark, not even the same sport. It was absolutely life-changing. What I've done is I have an experience in my brain that I can instantly reference if something, you know, if I'm in a pissy mood or something's going on, or I'm just feeling stressed, or I'm running rough or something, I can think back to it. Just kind of peace, like I experienced that. And so for that, you can't really put a price on that. And I'm really satisfied with my experience. And it was worth every minute of driving and chaos and road construction. And somebody yelled, I could hear a kid's voice from across the field yell, "It's starting!" And I took my protective glasses and I put them on, and I looked at the sun. And the sun, there's like a tiny little round cookie cutter coming into the sun, you know. And I'm like, oh, wow, there it is. You know, it is starting. Now, that was about 40 minutes or so before the total eclipse. And so, you know, as I'm looking up with my protective glasses on, of course, I see that cookie cutter gets more and more and more over time. And as it got about halfway in, the temperature started to drop. Like I think in total it dropped about 25 degrees. It started, the temperature started dropping, and then once it got even further in to about 70%, it started getting darker outside, and darker and darker. And as it got closer and closer, the lighting was just, it was not like it when the sun comes up or when the sun goes down. It was a different kind of lighting. It was a very majestic, almost mystical kind of lighting. Now we had, from what I understand, we had the second best place to view the eclipse in the country. I mean, there wasn't a cloud in the sky. It was super clear. But it was almost like the light was like a striped lighting kind of thing. It was really, it was just surreal. It was very surreal. Like the atmosphere was very like kind of closed off, and the sound was very kind of almost muffled. It was an intense atmosphere. Now, as I'm looking up, you know, we're getting closer and closer to totality till there's finally a little tiny sliver of the sun remaining. And right at that point, when it went into totality, was just it got completely dark basically, and then I could take the glasses off, which I didn't know. I thought you had to leave the glasses on. My wife's like, you got to take the glasses off during totality. So I took them off. Thank God I knew that, because what I saw in the sky didn't look real. I mean, it was I guess the moon I was seeing, but then there was the what's called the corona. But the corona was like this weird, crazy blue light that was like going out from all ends of the sun, or the moon, from the edge of the moon, I guess. And it was physically like moving, like little wispy, kind of like a wispy moving thing that was, going around the entire moon there. And it was just wispy, and it was like this weird blue light, and then you could see the stars in the sky, you could see planets. I mean, it was pretty much completely dark out. And I think everybody, because there was a lot of people around us, everybody was just like speechless. I mean, it was really, it was unbelievable, and I was just looking at it, just soaking it in. And time very much did slow down, It almost felt like it was going to stop, And then after 2 minutes and 7 seconds, it finally starts passing, and then you see like the diamond-shaped thing there, and that started happening, and then I was like, oh, I better put my glasses on, I don't want to blind myself here. So it started getting very bright, and then everybody's like, oh, go, 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 and then bam, it's right back to, right back to 99% or whatever, but it's going the opposite direction. And it's just an unbelievable experience. I mean, I'm having a hard time even putting it into words. Certainly, I'm having a hard time putting it into technical words. But it was quite the experience. And like I say, I got a few little videos, but nothing that even comes close to the actual experience of seeing it with my own two eyes. I'm excited and happy that I made this a memory, because it was really an amazing experience for me, and it was surreal, and it was very majestic and magical, and it definitely did a lot for my soul. When I woke up this morning, it was the first thing I was thinking about, is when I took the glasses off, and it was dark out, and you saw the moon with the corona around it in the little wispy kind of, it was almost a white blue kind of coloration that was just kind of dancing around the entire moon, with the dark sky around it, with the stars and planets, at 11:30 in the afternoon, or I guess that would still be in the morning. But anyway, it was unbelievable. Let me know your experiences below on the solar eclipse. Let me know what it did for you. Let me know how it moved you. Let me know if you were in the path of totality. I remember the temperature changing. And I remember we were out kind of in the country. I remember I could hear cows mooing from far away. And when we got really close to totality, there were birds flying overhead, and it was just as you approach totality, it was just more and more. It kind of got like it was like a whirlwind of like chaos, and it got louder and louder and crazier and crazier. And then right when you went to 100%, it was just, and I took the glasses off, it was like complete calmness. It was like. Then it was 2.5 minutes of that just calm. Anyway, if you haven't already, please subscribe, comment below. Let me know what was your experience with the total solar eclipse. What did it do for you? Anyway, a little bit of a more serious vlog. I'm gonna get more lighthearted, but we have a little bit of footage. Check it out here. That's it. See you later.